Welcome back to Shoptalk. I'm Beyond Veres. We're talking about building biology and the need to have healthy homes and offices. We still have with us what you call a building biologist, Joachim Herrmann, certified building biologist. So earlier you were saying the course certifies you to be a building biologist, and
yes.
it's a 1 year.
It's a one-year course with yes,
okay.
And it's a worldwide course. It was translated into English, like we said, about 20 years ago. And
can you take that online, or you have to go to?
They would like to do it on, like at least part of it could be done online, and they've asked me to translate it and do that, but I haven't had time. It's part of it is a correspondence course, and that could be online, which would be really good. And the other parts are residential, where you have to actually meet another person and do projects and hand them in and all that kind of thing. And once you've done that, you're part of the worldwide building biology network.
How many building biologists are there certified? Like
I don't know.
Okay, but it's not like we have hundreds around the world. There's very few of you.
Probably, if you count because they're really concentrated in Europe, and then there are quite a few in the US. In New Zealand, we've gone from myself only, or maybe 2 to 10. Sorry, did I say New Zealand? In Australia.
Yes, you said New Zealand.
In Australia, yes. In New Zealand, there are about 5 or 10. It doesn't sound much, but you know, it's really growing and developing.
Right. Here in the Philippines, there are no building biologists.
No,
not
no.
that you know of. Okay. All right. So, like I said before the break, you're going to talk about the healthy office. So. Well, first thing I can think of in the office is, of course, the computers, television sets, like here in ABS-CBN, you know.
Yes.
We have television monitors all over the place. So, what about them?
Computers have much improved in the last few years. That's really good news. And mainly due to the LCD screens, the flat screens. They are virtually completely harmless. You can't really fault them. The large CRT monitors that we used to have everywhere are safe when you work at them, but because that's shielded, because you know it's a CRT tube, it produces X-rays and so on. But when you sit at the sides or behind the monitor, you're exposed to all that radiation. So you know, if you have them in the office, organize them in a way that people only sit in front and not behind them.
Does that same principle work for television sets also? Because we have some TV sets the old kinds, you know,
yes.
the big, bulky, fat ones. No?
Yes.
Okay.
It is. So if, like, say that's at a wall on the other side of the children's beds, then that's not good. Because again, with the television, they shield the front, but not the back and sides.
Okay. So this is an argument to go get an LCD.
Yes.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who love that. Okay. What about printers? This is interesting. You talk about printers also in the offices.
Yes, I just mentioned that today. Printers, someone in Australia just a few weeks ago found that inside a building was a high concentration of fine soot particles, like ultra-fine dust. That's so fine that our respiratory organs can't filter it, so it goes straight into the lungs, and from the lungs straight into the bloodstream, and it can go straight into the cells and the liver and everywhere. It's not natural. So, and you know, it's one of those artificial environment things that are really a problem. She found that in office buildings in Sydney, and thought, that's because the air conditioning sucks in the dirt from the diesel trucks and things from the street.
Oh my God, okay.
But that wasn't the case. She found that all that dust is created by photocopiers and laser printers.
Oh.
Which no one had even considered before.
Laser printers. But most of our printers are laser.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. And there's small amounts of toner dust that seem to escape. We don't see them. We don't see clouds of black dust because they're ultra fine,
okay.
But it does escape, and especially if you have an air conditioning system that recycles, recirculates the air, they stay. You know, they get recirculated forever, other than get taken up by human bodies. So that's a concern that needs to be addressed, I think, by air conditioning systems.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like, well, double concern. You have the printers and the air condition printers, photocopiers, air conditioning. But what do we do about the printers? I mean, everybody has a
laser
most
printer.
everybody's laser printer.
Ventilation. Like if you have one at home, like, ventilation is the answer. If you have them in offices, put them into print rooms, like concentrate them. One floor has to go to that print room, and that gets aired outside. So it gets dispersed in the atmosphere, preferably through a filter that, by putting it outside, they don't disappear.
Okay. And who's going to set up that filter for the office?
You'd have to ask air conditioning companies.
Oh, an air conditioning company.
Yeah.
They know that.
I'm sure they know how to put in filters.
Okay. And then, so the air conditioning systems should be able to not just like recycle the, it's not